Hey guys, so this is my Disney fan theory video, which I've been wanting to do for so long. So let's just get into it, shall we? So this is kind of an Easter egg, which I'm gonna start with. And just to be clear, that's Jenna in the background. Aurora's spinning needle is in Rapunzel's tower because Mother Gothel hid it from society to keep her identity safe. And why I think that is because Mother Gothel is not only the evil queen, which a lot of people on Tumblr and Pinterest have been like, oh my gosh, she's the evil queen. And it's pretty obvious when, like at the beginning of the movie, she looks a lot like when the evil queen turns into the witch. So, you know. But I also think that she's deficient and she's evil stepmother, and we'll get to that stuff later. We'll also get to the evil queen part for those of you that don't know why people consider her as the evil queen. And my face. Okay, so they look alike because the evil queen and Maleficent look alike because I know it doesn't look exactly alike, like their robes, their dress thing doesn't look very alike, but you know, like the little cone thing that looks like a dog cone, and like the little gown thing, it kind of looks alike in my opinion. I mean, there's many differences. What are you doing? I don't know what to say about the evil queen. But I think that their dresses have a couple similarities, not very many, but I think when it comes to the dog shut up, Jenna, get out of here! Get out of here! Okay, I'm leaving. Whatever. Jenna is interrupting my video. Okay. Okay. So I just think that their outfits look alike. And if you don't believe me, then Google up the evil queen of Maleficent and compare and contrast. And also, I think, number 2, Hans was sent to kill Elsa by Mother Gothel / evil queen / Maleficent / stepmother witch. I'm just gonna call her Mother Gothel because it's so much easier to say than all those other random names. Just, you know, and mostly this is focusing on Mother Gothel being all these different characters, so let's just call her Mother Gothel for now, okay? And because I think that because Maleficent has a helpful raven, which is like her assistant, because in Sleeping Beauty, a raven either sits on her shoulder or on her staff, and the raven sees the magic coming out of the chimney because the 3 good fairies are using magic to make a cake and a dress for Aurora because they're trying to live normal lives to help protect Aurora's identity, but from Maleficent, but then things go wrong when they're trying to prepare for her birthday, so they're like, okay, let's just go the easy route, use our magic. So they take out their wands and be like, yeah, we're gonna do some magic, yeah! And because Mother Gothel obviously has magical powers, being Maleficent and all those potions that she uses as the evil queen to turn her into a witch, she probably used magical powers to turn Hans into many things. And Hans is his original name, but his identity is kept safe too because when he's a cat, you know, like the evil stepmother's cat, Lucifer, I mean, his name is obviously a different name. It's not Hans, it's Lucifer. So he would be the evil queen's huntsman sent to kill Snow White, and I know that he didn't want to kill her, and, because the huntsman was like, I can't do it, I can't kill such an innocent girl. But Hans, I think the more he stayed with Mother Gothel, the more evil he became, so he was just like, okay, I'm just gonna kill Elsa. I'm just gonna kill her. Yeah! Of course, that didn't happen because Anna saved her life, but, you know, he was planning on it. I always wonder if he would have regretted killing her, if that is what's going on with Hans. And if you notice, Elsa's wearing gloves to hide her secret because it's a symbol of hiding her magical power. And if him and he uses the gloves. He takes them off when he's evil, which he takes off one of his gloves or both gloves. I don't know. While he's with Anna in the fireplace scene where he turns evil. But honestly, I think that he's hiding something much deeper, which is being an evil assistant. And of course, his evil personality comes from being a villain's assistant. Duh. And, like, what reason? Like, I know that he wants to take the throne and stuff, but, like, what if he's trying to take the throne just to, like, get away from Mother Gothel, and that he's so evil that he's, like, getting ideas in his mind, so he's like, oh, I'm gonna be king, I'm gonna get away from you because I don't like you, I'm so evil, you know, like, he's just, like, the evilness is just getting too messed up with his mind that he gets all crazy. So he starts getting ideas of wanting to become king, and that is why he wanted to kill Elsa, not only because he was sent to kill Elsa, but also because he wanted to get away from Mother Gothel and become this evil ruler. So, Hans is a pretty bad dude. And now that I realize what I just said, I think that he's a much horrible guy than what I had originally thought about him. I knew that he was evil, but I think he just sounds much more evil now that I'm saying all this out loud. Yeah. Okay, so number 3, Gothel had different identities to protect her from society, and even though we kind of covered that already, I just want to say that her name is most likely Gothel because, you know, Rapunzel calls her mom Mother Gothel. I don't know exactly what Rapunzel actually calls her, but a lot of loud noises come from the sink. Okay. Sorry for that little interruption. So that's probably most likely what her name is because Hilda, which aka the Evil Queen, and Maleficent and the evil stepmother, Lady Tremaine, that's this evil stepmother's name. Those are different identities, and she used those to keep her secret, her being evil secret. I'm guessing that she probably ran away from royalty, being the Evil Queen, after turning into a witch, because obviously she ran away. Like, she turned into a witch. How could she rule a kingdom being a witch? I mean, everyone's supposed to be like, oh my gosh, I'm a witch. And then she'll be all, I'm a witch. And everyone will be like, we're not going to have a witch as our queen. Just saying. Like, Snow White's going to be queen. Because Snow White is queen. What kind of face are you?
I was very confused. I wasn't even paying attention to anything you just said. You were like...
Sorry for that interruption. Jenna was being insane. Yeah, she can hear me. I don't really care at this point. So she, when the doors pushed the witch, aka the Evil Queen, off the cliff, she survived. And she fired her troll assistants, you know, like the other assistants that Maleficent has, all those little trolls, because they were fools, because Maleficent is like, you fools, because villains say that a lot. And I'd imagine that she said that to them, because I'm pretty sure that's what she said to them. Actually, I think she said that to the king and queen and everybody in the whole kingdom that was there for the baby's crowning or whatever it was. I don't know. But I can imagine her calling the trolls fools, and they probably weren't as helpful. They were probably dimwits, in her opinion at least. I mean, I don't know what the story is, but she kept her raven /Hans/huntsman, because she thought that um, that he was good enough, like he was smart enough to be her assistant. Um, and if you noticed in the movie Maleficent, like the unanimated one, you know what I mean? Um, if you, there's, she finds a raven, she turns him into a guy, and he's able to turn into a horse and a bunch of other animals, and that's what Hans can do. He can turn into a raven, he can turn into a really creepy looking guy, a really creepy looking huntsman, which he probably dressed up that way. He probably was turned into a creepy looking dude to scare off Snow White. I don't know what his actual look is. You know Hans. You know, I think Hans was the huntsman dude was turned into Hans, the prince, so he could look very attractive to Anna as a way of getting her closer to him. So he could be like, "Oh, we're gonna run away together, and then I'm going to kill your sister. Like, we'll get a house, and then I'm gonna go out one night and kill your sister. And you're not gonna take the crown, and you're gonna be overthrown." So that's what I imagine is how that works. And Lucifer is obviously Hans as a cat. The Raven is obviously Hans as a raven. And I think the huntsman actually did start out the way he looked, because he had black hair and he had a black scruff, like a little black beard. And the Raven is black, Lucifer was black, so that's probably Hans's original look. So that's probably what's going on. And yeah, so that's what I think. And this is something that this is actually more of an Easter egg. So you know Jock from Lady and the Tramp? He helped the Dalmatians in 101 Dalmatians, and Pongo from 101 Dalmatians was in Oliver and Company. So all three movies, Tramp, Oliver, and 101 Dalmatians, are set in the same time zone. And when you look at it, it's kind of obvious to tell that they're set in the same time. And I don't know what time zone they're in. I'm guessing it's like the 1930s or 40s, maybe 20s. I highly doubt it because I didn't see any flappers around. They could have been living in the 50s too. Definitely not the 60s because you didn't see anybody wear go-go boots. Yeah, it was set somewhere around that time. Okay, so this is something that I saw, and of course all of these, or most of these fan theories and Easter eggs I made up myself, but this one, like, I'm pretty sure that I saw Anna and Elsa at Rapunzel and Eugene's wedding. So everyone says that Elsa and Anna's cousin is Rapunzel, and because of the big eyes, and there's just a lot of similarities between them. And if you listen to the story of how, how it works, it just sounds very similar. Although now that I think about it, I don't think that I am correct because they were heading up because they died going off to a wedding. So now I feel really stupid because they died. The parents of Anna and Elsa died going to that wedding, going to Rapunzel and Eugene's wedding. I just realized I feel so stupid now. I was gonna say that I thought I saw Anna and Elsa in the audience at their wedding, but that's probably unlikely unless they were killed some other way, but I highly doubt it because it makes sense, and I'm not sure if those little two dots in the audience was them. Although the hair did look a lot like them, but it's highly unlikely that it was. So I feel really stupid for thinking that. Besides, they were like two little dots in the audience. Like, how am I supposed to know? Okay, so 15 minutes is almost up, so I'm just gonna say bye. I'm gonna make another video, so bye.